Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Ted here and I'm back with another episode. This is a continuation of our last week video where we had to get the pattern drafting to make a bucket hat. In this video we are going to be making the bucket hat. If you are interested in learning African craft, talking about Ankara bags and accessories, then this channel is for you. Don't forget to subscribe, turn that post notification bell on, and give this video a thumbs up, comment, and follow us on Instagram at official Ted. So let's get started. So this is the pattern that we drafted out last week. These are the materials I'm going to be using. I have some scraps and I decided to use it for this particular project, and I'm using this for the interfacing. Next step is to use this pattern to cut out what we need both in the Ankara and in the interfacing. And don't forget, this part of our paper is on fold, which means if you're cutting this, you're going to be cutting it on fold. However, we are going to be having 3 pieces. One piece for this, one piece for this material because it's a reversible bucket hat, and one piece for this. So starting with this African print, you want to take note of the right side. This is the wrong side, and remember to leave your allowance. If you remember, we left allowance only on the brim, we didn't leave allowance on the crown and the body, which means we are going to be leaving 0.5 inch seam allowance. For the body, we are going to leave 0.5 inch seam allowance up and down, and here as well, which is going to be the part you're going to join. Remember, here is folded. For the brim, we already left our allowance, so the allowance we are going to be leaving is on this direction. We're going to leave 0.5 inch seam allowance here. For the crown, we are going to leave 0.5 inch seam allowance all the way around. I'm going to do that very quickly. Remember, here is on fold, which means if you are cutting your material, you have to fold this fabric into 2 and place this on the side before cutting. Okay guys, so placing it on our fabric, starting with our crown. Remember, this material is on fold though, so you're not going to be cutting this bottom part. You're only interested in a single piece. Okay, so the crown, I already left my half an inch seam allowance all the way around. For the body, remember, here is on fold, this edge is on fold. Okay, so I'm just going to leave my 0.5 inch seam allowance all the way around as well, including this part, because this is where you're going to be joining the material. Okay, for the brim, I did the exact same thing. You know, the brim on the pattern paper, we already left 0.5 inch seam allowance. So what I did, I already left 0.5 inch seam allowance at the edge, which is the part that we are going to be joining, while here was on fold as well. Okay, so I'm just going to cut it out as well as the other 2 materials. Okay guys, as you can see, I've cut out all the 3 pieces, which is the first Ankara fabric, this interfacing, and the second Ankara fabric. You know, it's a reversible bucket hat. So the next thing I'm going to do is to iron this interfacing on one of the Ankara fabric design, which means on the other Ankara piece I'm not going to be using the interfacing. However, if you feel like using interfacing on both Ankara fabric, you can try it out, but in this video I'm going to be using this interfacing on just one Ankara print. So I'm going to iron this on one piece right away. So guys, as you can see, we've ironed all the interfacing to the Ankara material that we are going to be using. So the next thing to do is to notch the midpoint. It's important to notch the midpoint. Notching the midpoint will make it easy for you to locate the midpoint. Okay, this is notched. I'm going to notch this as well. You just fold them equally together and then you notch the midpoint slightly, not too much. So the same thing goes to the other piece. You notch the midpoint, fold them equally, and notch the midpoint, both up and down. Okay guys, so the next thing I'm going to do is to start sewing them separately. The first thing I need to do is to sew this brim together. I'm going to join it together, place it together, mark 0.5 inch seam allowance, and sew it straight down. Same thing with this one, which is the brim. I place it together like this, and I'm going to sew it down by 0.5 inch seam allowance. So I'll do this. Same thing with this one. Same thing with the other part, as well as the brim. So guys, as you can see, I've joined them together by 1/2 inch. The next thing to do, remember this is the brim, so this should come before the brim. This is the crown body brim. So remember we notched the brim, right? We notched it. The next thing to do is from the place you notched, which is here, like this, you're going to place it right side facing each other. You take your pin, and you're going to pin it down right side facing each other. You go to the other side that you notched on the crown, and you place the other side on it as well. Now when you want to place this part here, make sure you open it like this. Okay, so after opening it, you place it on the crown right side facing each other, and you pin it down. Okay? So while I'm doing this for this one, I'm also doing it for the other part of the material. I'm taking my body to the crown, right side facing each other. This is the wrong side, this is the right side. So the right side facing each other, I'm going to place where I notched right here, and I'm going to pin it down. Okay, on the other side where I notched on the crown, I'm going to place it at this joining part, making sure I open this place like this, then place it together and pin it down. So once you've done that, you're going to take this to your sewing machine, and you're going to sew it all the way around by that 0.5 inch seam allowance that you left. So you take it to the sewing machine and you sew it by all the way around by 0.5 inch seam allowance. Same thing for this one, you sew it all the way around by 0.5 inch seam allowance. So guys, I've sewn the crown and the body together. I did it for both materials. The next thing I'm going to do is to join this. Remember we notched here, so the next thing I'm going to do is to join this to where we notched, right side facing each other. Right side facing, you can just turn this like this to make it easy for you. Then you take your material and you place it. You want to make sure that they align with each other. So I'm placing where I notched with this very place. I'm placing it here. I'm placing where I notched to this very place, like this. Okay, and I'll take my pin and pin it down. I'll go to the other side. Ensure you open this place like this, that if you don't use your iron on it, so you open it like this and you place it together like this. Make sure the other side is open as well. Okay, you pin it down. I'll do the same thing for the other side, and I'll take it to my sewing machine and sew it by 0.5 inch all the way around. So guys, I've already joined the brim to the body of the body and the crown of the bucket hat. I did it for both pieces. So the next thing I'm going to do is to turn this inside like this, and I'm going to take this one and place it inside as well. Now when I'm doing this, I want to make sure that this line align with the same line as this one. So I'm just going to place it inside first. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is to place these two together, and I'll just open this like this. I open the other side and I pin it down. You can see that the right side is facing each other. So after doing this, I'm just going to pin it down. Check the other side where we notched. You pin it down as well. You're just going to ensure that these two plates, they align with each other, and the same part with where you notched. So you're going to sew it all the way around. Now when you are sewing it all the way around, you are going to leave small opening of about maybe 3 to 3.5 inches. So you leave this 3.5 inches, you leave it open so that you can turn it inside out. So now on my sewing machine, I'm going to sew it all the way around by 0.5 inch. All done, guys. The next thing I'm going to do is to turn it inside out from the opening that we left. So I'll take it to my ironing board and I'm going to give it a very good press, making sure that this place is folded inside so that we can stop stitch it. So guys, this is what it's looking like. I already gave it a good press, and from the opening I folded it and I ironed it. So the next thing I'm going to do is to take it to my sewing machine and I'm going to stop stitch it all the way around. All done, guys. So as you can see, I've stop stitched the edges. So the next thing I want to do is to add some decorative stitches to it. I'll just be adding like 1 2 3 to it. This will make it lap properly. So I'll just use like I'm just going to mark like 1/2 inch all the way around 3 times. 1 2 3. So I'm going to do this all the way around. I'm adding my decorative stitches, 3 lines, 1 2 3. I'll mark it all the way around and I'm going to sew it all the way around. So here's the finished look of our bucket hat. I'm going to put it on for you to see. Ta-da! And we are done. So thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. Remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. Turn that post notification on to stay updated for more videos, and don't forget to share and follow us on Instagram at official Tej. I'll see you in my next video.